Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm showing you my prepping for this Wonder the Sea event I have. And here you see me doing my cutouts. I use foam boards from the Dollar Tree and printed some images of coral reefs and some sea creatures and a sticker poster. So I just stick them on the foam boards and proceeded to cut out the outline of each of these creatures. So I will post a little bit of the picture for inspiration here so you guys can see what gave me the idea to use these designs. So a lot of the stuff that I have came also from inspiration from my client's invitation, at least the color scheme. And she also asked me to do about 10 centerpieces, which are already inflated. As you see, here are my centerpieces ready to go, at least the bases, and my balloons all bagged so that they're ready for my setup. The centerpiece that me and my client decided on was this under the sea whimsical coral kind of situation with some helium bubbles and some fishies. So you will see the final product, but that's basically what I'm looking to do. So this event prep basically took me a whole week, if I'm being honest. As you can see, it's nighttime and I'm just once again prepping so that I don't have to deal with none of this at the day of the event. Right now, I am inflating a bunch of 260 balloons from two colors, lime green and a dark green, and I'm just marrying 4 of those to create this like seaweed, so to speak, for my centerpieces. So these seaweed plants, I'm going to prep them as much as I can, but I will not be placing them on my balloon bases, only because for transportation purposes I need the space. So I'm fixing them and twisting them a little bit. I use a 260 to tie them in the middle and create that connection, and I will be using that same 260 to attach them to my base. So basically this is what it's going to be looking like. So once I move on to all of these, I will have them ready and bag them as well. So I just want to show you a little bit of the inspiration talking to my client. Her color palette was based on her invitation, so she had very much beautiful pastel colors, and when we talked about the centerpieces, she wanted something to have a feel of bubbles. So I decided to make these centerpieces, so if my clients and her guests wants to take them, they can. There's no structure to them except for balloons and a balloon weight. And the helium balloons will also be done at the place. Now, for my wall, it's hard for me to kind of record too much on how I design the Cricut and all that because I use my phone. I don't use a computer or a laptop to work on the lettering, but I basically, create the wording, use my Cricut, and here you see me, I'm going to weed my vinyl, and the wording, it's going to be a play on words. Basically, it's called Wonder the Sea, with the 1 turning 1 birthday party, right? So because my wall, I painted it almost like a sea green, I wanted to have the vinyl pop and so that you can read it. So I opted for a darker, kind of like a darkish green. These are just regular vinyl from the Dollar Tree. I'll be honest with you, for surfaces that are wood, or even the one that I'm using is insulation board, these are great for it. They're easy to weave, they're easy to stick on those walls. I would not suggest these vinyls for fabric because they don't stick that well. They will pop off. But if you place them on a harder surface, yes, they will stick on them. So don't come after me with how much product I'm wasting. Listen, it is what it is. This is why I don't show you too much about Cricuts, because I only know the basics of it. I don't know that much. But anyway, so here's my font. And what I do is I just grab blue painter's tape. I cannot stand the transfer tape for these type of vinyls because the stick on the tape is so strong that sometimes I feel like it takes the shiny finish off of my vinyl. So I just rather use as a guide just, painter's tape. It's easier, doesn't damage anything, it's not as sticky, I just put one strip because I'm lazy. I could add more and make it a square. But it is what it is. We all have our own methods. And here you can see. So I painted this wall. This is a foam board, so to speak. It's called insulation wall. And it's a stronger material than foam boards, to be honest. But it's delicate as well. Like any kind of little thing will make an indentation on it, so I have to be extra careful. And right here, all I'm doing is I'm placing my vinyl and have it ready to go for the day of install. Could I do this over there? Yes, but it will take time as well. So I just rather win some time because I got a lot to do between this backdrop and my centerpieces. Is too much work. I'm bringing help with me, so I was my sister, my mom, and my husband to help me. But being the perfectionist that I am, sometimes I like to take on more that I can chew. So, it's good to have an extra set of hands and help. So if I can limit some things, I will be doing that. And this is one of those things. Like, I just rather be patient with my vinyl, have it ready to go, and that's it. Be ready. Don't have to worry about any of this the day of the event. So as you see, it came out so pretty. Now, what I'm going to do is show you a picture again of the inspiration that I sent to my client of the design. So what I did is I grabbed one of my cutouts and I wanted to just see where will it go to have an idea. Like, I always have this setup mapped out in my head, so by the time I get to the day of the event, I already know where everything should go. It's very rare that I am wondering and trying to come up with a design the day of the event. I'm not doing that. I go as prepared as I can, especially when I have a back-to-back event. I have to not waste any minutes doing this type of stuff. So I'm done for prep. So here you can see I have all my balloons set to go for the one event, which if you saw my last video, it's in here. This is all the stuff for that forest safari theme event ready to go. My greenery, my arch, my backpack that everybody hates and loves sometimes, my balloons. And in the back, I have my second setup. So it's a lot of balloons. My cutouts, I have my helium tanks. I get them at Walmart. I don't have a particular helium rental. My wall, my arch, my bags of extra balloons. Here I am next morning, fresh off the shower. I'm putting my makeup on, getting ready. You guys, I gotta make sure I'm clean for my clients. A lot of them tend to hug me. They smell me. You want to make sure that, you look presentable, especially that shows how professional you are.
Hello, a day in the life of a balloon decorator. This is my second setup for the day that I have to pack my car and go. I just came back from the other setup and I grab a quick snack because I'm exhausted and I still need to do another setup. So, you wanted a behind the scenes? This is a literally behind the scenes situation. So, I'll post some of the pictures for you guys. Follow for more.
And here we are, the day of the setup. I use one of my Kiara metal arches, and I place my foam board or insulation wall, use my duct tape, and secure it on the back, put some weights. And here you can see my mom was helping me, my sister was recording, everybody was hands on deck for these centerpieces because the helium part we had to do on location. It's too cold outside to try to and because they're like on fish line, they would have gotten tangled, and we didn't want to risk any chances, nor did we have more space in our cars to transport those. So here I applying some of my hooks where I will hang my balloon garlands. And the reason why I'm using duct tape and some hooks is because these are, again, very fragile insulation board, almost like a foam board. So any type of clamp would make an indentation on my wall, and I'm trying to make sure that, it doesn't hurt the wall. So here is how it turned out. It's beautiful. And I also forgot to mention, you guys, I use some of my bubble balloons to resemble bubbles, and placed my cutouts with glue dashes to stick them on my balloons, added some greenery, and here's the garland and backdrop in all its glory. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Here's a little quick shot of all of the centerpieces that, with the help of my mother and my sister and my husband dropping us off, it turned out so good. We were able to put the little fishies in there. And here you can see them on the tables. There were a total of 10 centerpieces. And you guys, for these helium balloons to last, I added a little bit of the what do you call that? The high float. And again, it turned out wonderful. So now here's my mom recording me because we had to come back really late at night, and here I am. This is the worst part of my job, having to take apart this wall. And as you can see here, the balloons held up very nicely. I mean, it was an indoor place, but there's kids around, or why not? And this held perfectly. So I'm collecting all of the stuff that I can, my cutouts, my greenery, because those are rentals. So was the wall. And my client didn't want to deal with the balloons, so I'm saving the bubble balloons because these will last a long time. So I'm saving them. If I can reuse them, great. And then I just proceed to pop my balloons. Some of these cutouts, by the way, I was able to salvage, and some of them I couldn't. I had used too many glue dots and they kind of fell apart a little bit, but that's okay. It's, the good thing is if I can save them, great. If I can use them for a next event. But if they, break apart or they're fragile, as you know, it's not the biggest of deals. So they did the job, and this hurts me, you guys. I hate it. And people may say, why don't you just recycle them or try to sell them? It's such a hassle. It's so late at night, as you can tell. The guests were leaving the party as I was popping balloons, and it was so loud. I was popping them like crazy, but I normally go faster, but I was trying to limit the amount of popping because especially those 18-inch balloons, they make such a loud sound. And this house had a alarm system, so every time I popped the bigger balloons, it probably thought that somebody had a gun inside the house because the alarm system was going like crazy. So anyways, I started with the little ones first because I just wanted to limit the amount of noise I was making, but the heck with it. At some point, I just went nuts. And yeah, I never got to record, but my mom was helping me. She was recording me, taking it apart. And like I said, this is the hardest part of my job, but everything turned out so beautiful. And I was stressing all over throughout the week because there were so many little things that had to be done. And as you can see, you guys, this is back-to-back events, life of a balloon stylist. So I hope you guys enjoy and follow for more. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe and